Christmas is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but anyone who has ever tried to lose weight in December knows that this can be the most difficult time of the year. So today, we're going to bring in the big guns. We're sitting down with health and wellness coach Lisa Henry to get actionable tips to make sure we don't blow up our progress this Christmas and New Year's. Hey, what's up, tribe? Thanks for tuning in to Naya Plus Life. As you guys know, I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds over the next year. We have been doing our Healthy, Happy Holiday series, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Lisa Henry. Lisa is the founder and owner of Rise Up to Shine Coaching. She's also a certified wellness and empowerment life coach. She's a certified CrossFit trainer. She's a beach body coach. She's my friend. She's an astronaut. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But she is an amazing boss babe, and I'm so happy to have her here. Lisa has been helping me through my journey. We started working together over a month ago now, I would say, Lisa? Yeah, and you guys know I had been struggling with my weight loss journey, well, for years, but I really started in June of this year, right? Kind of COVID times. June 15th, I started, and I tried to do it on my own from like June 15th until I want to say the end of September. And I realized nothing was happening. I wasn't losing much weight at all. There was a lot of head junk going on here. And, you know, I've talked about it in some of my previous videos, so please definitely go back and take a look at some of those. But basically what happened is in the end of September, Lisa and I connected, and she has been such an amazing support system and just helping to kick my ass into gear. It's been amazing. So because we're doing this healthy holiday series, I thought, why not bring on the woman herself? Okay. I am down almost 11 pounds since we started. Right? And it's exciting because I'm doing it. Of course, everybody has ups and downs, but the great thing is that I'm doing it the right way, the healthy way. I'm not starving myself. I'm not doing any of that. And having that support system, Lisa, has been fantastic because you know there are days, people, when you just want to like gorge. I know I do. Without further ado, I'm going to put this to Lisa.
Thank you for having me. Like, honestly, first of all, let me say, like, I've known you for I think 12 years.
Yeah.
And I am so honored that you decided to work with me on your fitness journey and your wellness journey, because it's not just about fitness. It's about your body, mind, spirit, and really working with you to get past those roadblocks that you've been hurdling over the past few years, the past few months. And we've made some amazing breakthroughs with things that you've established for yourself. And your level of commitment has been by far beyond my expectations. So I want to like say to you, I'm here as your tool and as your coach, but you're the one putting in the work. And that's what gives me joy. So I want to give kudos to you for doing all that.
Okay, thank you so much. That's awesome. Lisa, what are we going to be talking about today? Because it's really important right now, right? Because of the time of year, this topic is hella important.
It is like so key. And, you know, I literally got a message from somebody this morning saying, I am having a hard time right now. It's holidays. I want to binge eat. I'm struggling with my mental health. I can't get together with family, with friends, the parties. You know, it's been an anomaly of a year. We probably may never live through one of these again in our entire lifetime. You know, we're missing the company parties, the family gatherings, the friends gatherings, all of that stuff. And it's been really tough to get through, but it's still holiday and we're in the season and there's still baking happening. We're still having those dinners. We're still getting, you know, baskets of things delivered to us or, you know, things from the office or whatever it is. So we're having a hard time having to not go down the rabbit hole we go down every year, but this year a little bit harder because we're also dealing with the world we are in today of COVID. We're going to talk about how to get through the holiday season and essentially the rest of 2020.
Okay, so Lisa, like you said, over the last 8, almost 9 months now, which is crazy, it's been really, really hard. And I know a lot of us have been catching up on our Netflix, binge watching different shows, and really just spending a lot of time at home, sedentary, and now it's the holidays. For a lot of us, it could be really easy to be like, screw it. I'll start in 2021. What do you say to that?
No, don't. Like, it just, why are you putting it off? Why are you waiting? You know, we all have this mental state of like, oh, I'll start Monday, or oh, I'll start next week. Or, you know what? It's the holidays. I'm going to start January 1st. But why not start building those healthy habits now? And if you've had those healthy habits, why are you going to stop them now because it's holidays? So the one thing, if I can leave you with, keep the routine. So like for you, Naya, who's always to come in, people are probably trying to use up vacation right now because we couldn't use it at the beginning of the year, myself included, have 2 weeks off. Yeah. So you make the kids home, you're home with your husband, you're home by yourself, and you're like, what am I going to do? Like, what do I do with all this first time, right?
I know. It's really easy to do that. Like,
100% is easy, right? You've got leftovers from dinner. Neighbors dropped off a bag of cookies for you. And so we have all this stuff. But the one thing you want to keep the routine. Don't binge watch TV. If you're going to binge watch, do it with celery.
No, but it's true. That was kind of my Achilles heel, is that I would watch TV and I'd always have to have something in my mouth. You know what I mean? So
I've been doing this for years. Chew gum, literally chew gum, because I find if my mouth is busy that I just need to have that activity. And honestly, drink water. Like, water is your friend, because when you think you're hungry, most times you're thirsty. And if you are going to stay at home, the one thing, and I know it's going to work for you, is you have your portion fixed containers. And when you track it, and you have to be accountable for what you're putting in your mouth, you realize, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to save that for dinner. I'll include it and I'll have that as my snack.
What would you say would be kind of 3 healthy snacks? What are your go-to snacks that you would suggest for people to kind of enjoy over the holiday?
If you're looking for that crunch of, like, if you're like a chip eater and you like that crunchiness, celery and hummus, or carrot and hummus. I cut up my celery on a Sunday, keep them in the container in water. It's a great way to keep them fresh so they don't dry out, and then have them ready and put them on a platter with some hummus, little baby tomatoes. Those are like a favorite kind of savory kind of snack idea. If looking for something sweet, honestly, Greek yogurt. It's become one of my staple evening snacks before bed. When you have that dinner and you're looking for that kind of something sweet, but you don't want chocolate or like candy or whatever it is, I take plain Greek yogurt, add a bit of protein powder to it. If you don't like protein, you can add something else to it to give it kind of a flavor. There are like protein enhancers you can buy. And then I throw in some berries, raspberries, blackberries, and then some nuts and seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and becomes this great thing that kind of tastes a bit like ice cream, but like mock ice cream. But you get that sweet flavor that you're missing. And like it's freaking delicious.
Ooh, this amazing popcorn thing. I don't know if it's healthy. I haven't had it in a while. But it's basically you put your popcorn onto a tray, and then you use, you have like nuts. So whatever nuts you want, maybe it's walnuts or peanuts or whatever you would suggest. And then drizzle honey on it, put it in the oven, and then it's like roasted. It's so good. And it gives you sweet and salty and savory all at the same time. Actually, I might do a video on that, because that is a go-to snack.
But I would say if you're going to use the popcorn, like make the popcorn yourself, which is like super easy to make. Like it's really simple.
How do you make popcorn?
So I buy the kernels. It's like a big like soup pot, but like either coconut oil or olive oil or butter or whatever on the bottom of it, let it melt. And then you put one kernel in, and as soon as it starts sizzling, throw like I think half a cup of it in, and then just like Jiffy Pop it on your stove in a soup pot, and you just keep like shaking until it stops popping for like 10-15 seconds. Popcorn's done. And then it's like none of that preservatives that's in the bag popcorn, like and then after you can put like, seasoning, you can put like a chili powder or cinnamon, salt, so you can kind of get your bit of like maybe that's your sweet and salt, is a little bit of cinnamon and then like your salt added to it, and you get that flavor.
Okay, that sounds good. Especially the cinnamon is a nice little, yeah. So what would you say to people who, like myself, we're really trying, we're doing during the week and all of that, but then the weekend comes, or Christmas Day comes, or Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day. Like it all comes up, and it's like you're so tempted to have all the food that's on the table, and then also have all the alcohol that kind of comes with that. What would you say to, people like me and the people out there who are struggling with this? We just don't want the wheels to fall off of our cart. Like I, say all the time, like, how do we keep that from happening with all the big dinners coming up?
So the reality is we're human. And things are going to happen. Events are going to happen. We're going to have birthdays. We're going to have Easter. We're going to have Canada Day. And now it's the holidays where it's really 2 weeks of stuff. So what you want to do is realize that it's going to happen. We're going to have dinners, but let's not have all the wheels fall off the cart. Maybe just have one for a day. Okay. And it doesn't need to be a cheat week. You can have a cheat meal and get right back on. So here's like a really, really good tip, especially when we're drinking, because there's going to be wine and cocktails and all kinds of great stuff. For every glass you have of a drink, you're going to have a glass of water.
Oh.
So then you're not constantly having that cup refilled. So I know as people as hosts, like, oh, let me refill your cup. Just say, no, it's okay. Can I get a glass of water for now? I'm good.
Okay.
And then you have it, and then you trade out. So you're still having your drink, but you're also staying hydrated. You're not drinking as much.
That's a really good tip. And even for when it comes time to actually eat the food, you're kind of full.
Right.
No, that's really good. And for drinking and driving too. So
here's how you get through the table of like the buffet style of food. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you would normally eat, try to stick to that. Stick to your protein, stick to your vegetables, limit the amount of carbohydrates we have on our plates. Carbs are not the enemy. They are still good for you, but let's not have 2 cups of sweet potatoes. Right? Just try to, eat the turkey, eat the lean stuff, eat the good vegetables. Hey, have dessert. Dessert's okay, but let's not pile the plate with the 20 varieties.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, regarding the plate, is take the small plate. Take the dessert size plate and then look at the assortment and say, hey, what is it I really want to try?
Okay.
And look at it as a taste, as opposed to I'm going to have that slice of pie. And be like, hey, but do you want half of it? I don't want the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you're getting that flavor and that taste, and you're not committing to a whole piece of it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Because then you're not denying yourself, and then you're not sitting there where everybody else is enjoying their stuff, and you're like,
man, I'm watching what I eat. No, enjoy it. The holidays. We're there with family, and it's a different time right now. So just enjoy it. It's life. But then know that tomorrow you're right back on.
Lisa, that actually brings up a really good point, right? Like, you want to just have that meal at that time. But if you're anything like me, especially if you're the one who's doing the cooking and it's at your house or whatever the case may be, it's like you've got leftover for days. What do you do? Because that is literally staring you in the face every day.
So here's a great thing. And I swear to God, my mom does it. And because for her, it's just her and my dad. And they can only eat so much. Pack doggy bags. Yeah, containers, or be like, hey, you know what, guys? Bring containers over, because there's only so much food we can have. Keep the good stuff for yourself. Keep the turkey. Keep the lean stuff. Is to what you want to eat, and then give it away, because it's out of sight, out of mind. And then everyone's happy to go home. Like, oh, great, I have lunch or dinner for tomorrow. I don't have to make anything. So you're kind of giving back and thanking you for coming, right? But at the same time, you're keeping yourself healthy and on plan with what you can do or what you want to do for the next day to make sure you get right back on track. Because having those things around, or you're just going to want to peek open the container, take a little piece, put it back. I know the deal. It's 9:00 at night. I'll just have a little piece of it. No, just, what? Get rid of it.
No, that's a really good tip. Because I know me, I will literally keep going into the fridge and I'm like, well, it's got to get eaten before it goes bad. So, okay. No, that's awesome. So give them doggy bags. Let them take it to go.
And they'll be so happy to have it.
The holidays are forgiving, by the way. What about for those people who they aren't going to see family this Christmas because we're not able to travel, and just safety wise, they've decided, or they've kind of been put in a position where they're not going to see family, and they're just kind of going to be kind of to themselves this holiday, and there's not much going on. What would you say to them?
That's it's a real thing, and it's true. And I think we went through Easter, we went through Thanksgiving, and all these holidays have looked really different. And Christmas is the one time that we all, no matter what, come together as a family and spend the time together. But the reality is that might not happen this year. We've got older parents. We don't want to expose them. And we have people who are at home and single, or it's just, 2 of you or whatever the case is, and you're not being able to see that. And this is the mental health self-care part that really needs attention, because there are those people who are not going anywhere and they need to check in. So either for yourself or you have a friend or a family who you know is at home alone, or even a neighbor on your street, there's a couple things you can do to help them get through this holiday season. One thing is you can safely, if it's nice enough outside, grab a hot chocolate, ring the doorbell. Hey, I just wanted to come check up on you. Hey, 6 feet apart, you keep your distance. But while you can't celebrate with them, to have you come by and just say, hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing and have a conversation with them, because some people are not okay. And some people really need that. The other thing is, if you don't want to do that in-person check-in, is just ring the doorbell, leave them a little doorstep surprise. You'll be like, hey, I'm in my car. I just left you something on your doorstep. I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. It can be a candle. It can be a gift basket. It can be anything. A bag of cookies that you've made or fresh batch or whatever. It's like, hey, just wanted to check in. And the third thing that we're all used to right now is Zoom and FaceTime. I know it's not the same. I haven't seen some of my girlfriends in a long time, but it's still a way of like, hey, let's just get together. Let's have a glass of wine. I'm sorry I miss you. I can't hug you, but let's just have that kind of human interaction to just be with them. Even though we're not able to get there for drinks live, you can still have those conversations. You can still have those meaningful connections with them.
So I know even with my in-laws, again, like there's a lot of us. And so, and they're all in different places and things like that. And we have, a lot of them who are older. So what we're going to be doing this Christmas is doing like a Zoom cocktail party a few days before Christmas, right? So 5 or 6 different families all on together, like sipping whatever it is and just kind of enjoying, right? And seeing each other because it's been almost a year, right?
And that's it's those yearly gatherings. Like if you don't see your family throughout the year, the Christmas is the one time you all tend to get together and drive those 2 hours to get to someone's house, and you're there for a few hours and you socialize, and that's most likely not going to happen this year. So we just have to really right now make the best of a situation and the life that we're in right now, and just know it's still really important to check in on those people. And the small things and gestures you do every day, or especially this time of year, means a lot to those people.
If you were going to give just some kind of final words, some final advice to kind of get through what is sure to be probably the hardest holiday season we have ever had, what would you say?
Oh, it's for some reason this is hitting me really hard. Here's a couple of things I would say. The first thing is, even though we don't have those family gatherings, we're still in that mode, kind of going back to what we talked about earlier. Enjoy the holiday season within reason. Ooh, that rhymes. Look, I'm a poet.
Okay.
So enjoy it. You're going to have the cookies. You're going to have the treats. You're going to have the big meals. Be cautious and mindful of how you're enjoying it. Have a cheat meal, not a cheat week.
Boom.
It's critical to success. This is critical to you staying the course and finishing off the year how you started it, or how you would midway, or where you are 30 days from where you are today. Keep it going. Don't completely have all the wheels fall off. Maybe just get like a little dent in one of them, but you can always like patch it up. It's okay. Keep in routine. Like don't stop the routine. We're probably home for 2 weeks. Kids, husband, we're off work. Keep in the routine. If you're up at 7 a.m. to work out, keeping up at 7 a.m. Don't stop that, because also when you go back after those 2 weeks are over, it's going to be hell to get up again. So stick to routine, stick your course. 2 other things, think about 2020. Think about what happened. Think about what didn't happen. Think about what you want to change for next year. And that's a really important piece, because we've all been in isolation for 8 to 9 months. And a lot of those goals we set out in January of 2020 didn't happen for whatever reason. It may have been a mindset. It may have been we couldn't go to those things. We couldn't, do the things we said we were going to do because we've been isolated. But think about how you can tweak those for 2021. And then the most important thing, if I can leave you with, self-care. It is stressful. It is hard. And it's one thing I know it's been globally talked about, but that self-care and that mental health is so important right now, especially during the holidays when we're not able to see all of our family, that it's critical you spend time on yourself. Whether you meditate, you yoga, you read a book for an hour, you go out for a walk, make sure you make that time for yourself and not get caught up in the hustle and bustle of things and feel completely just drained and exhausted like how we do every season. Because it's going to be really especially important this year.
That is perfect. That is amazing. Lisa, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. You guys, Lisa and I are going to be doing another sit down, chit chat, just getting really, really real in, I think, about a week and a half. Anyways, before the end of the year, make sure you tune in for that. I'm going to leave Lisa's contact information in the description box. She does amazing virtual coaching, so it doesn't really matter where you are. We literally have not seen each other for,
Oh my God.
It's been years. But it's like every week now, we're like this. Lisa can be that support for you too. Doesn't matter where you are. I know a lot of you guys are in the States, in India, and in South Africa. Virtual, it is. And it's amazing to have her in your corner. So definitely, I'll put her information in the description box. Definitely reach out to her if you need support, help, guidance, kind of through this, and even in planning for 2021. All right, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
The wrong way.
I feel like you're doing like a 70s dance. Anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment below if you have any other questions about the holiday season, anything you want to know, any help you need, whatever. Just put it in the comments below. We'll see you in a few days. Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Healthy Holiday series, and I'll see you soon. Much love, guys. So I was like, I'll just sit behind the tree.
No tree. So this is as good as it's good. Like, oh, look, there's water behind. I literally just put water out of my mouth.
Tell me when you're ready. Oh! In 3, 2, 1, give me your cutest elf pose. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. And you can actually see me in the camera, because most of the time when we're doing our weekly sessions, it's just like pure eyes. And then you're sitting there all bright and cute, and I'm like, can she see me?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss an episode. And make sure you creep the struggle on Instagram at Naya Plus Life.